Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Julie and we're here to do the channeled guidance for the week ahead. And so per normal, before we get into the tarot cards, just want to share the message that I was receiving. So generally before I record, I go for a walk and it's a daily routine, and I just ask what needs to be shared. And so today the message was about staying grounded in ourselves, and what that means is staying in alignment and not being distracted by what's happening outside of us, because at the moment it is a very interesting time that we're going through, and it probably looks very chaotic, and it can be fearful, and can have a lot of anxiety, etc., because of what's being portrayed in the media, etc. And so it's really important to stay in your center. And it's not even that, it could be in a personal situation that you're experiencing, and the people around you, or at work, or wherever it is. We always can get drawn into the drama of what is happening, and what's really important to stay centered is to almost take a step back and almost see what is I'm just getting an image now of almost like you're a drone or something. You're above the situation, you're looking at it from that higher perspective, and what the experience could be about what you're learning. But also to stay grounded in your heart, and so there's a lot of things it sounds like to do there. But if you're going through something that is a bit challenging at the moment, the first step is always to I would place one hand on my heart, one hand on my either solar plexus or sacral chakra, somewhere on your stomach, and just use that, and just breathe consciously with awareness, and that's when by breathing deeply and just with that attention there, that's when you'll start to feel yourself again and not be caught up in the mind and all those different thoughts, and then be able to go into that space of what I described before, of seeing what the situation could be about, because everything that is happening outside of us is a reflection of what's happening within us. And so rather than trying to change the outside world, we have to go within to see what the message is first, because otherwise we're just trying to change the outside without doing the inner work, and that's never really long lasting, because we'll just see another situation appear which will reflect that same issue that we've got within that is unresolved. So it's really important to take that time to sit within and just check in what is happening within you, what's the real underlying source of pain, of anxiety, of fear, etc. So I hope that makes sense, and let's see what the tarot cards have to share with us today as well. What's the message for the week ahead? Message for the weekend. I don't know about you, but the energies have been quite strong, especially having had the full moon last week and or this week, and the equinox as well. Anything? Oops, I think this one wants to come out. So we've got 4 cards actually. I hadn't realised that. So I feel this one wants to come here. Okay, so let's just see what's at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, beautiful. So at the bottom of the deck we've got the Queen of Cups, and again this is reiterating what I just said about staying centered. The Queen of Cups is someone who, our cups represent our emotions, and she's someone, the King and Queen, they've mastered that ability to mastered their emotional self, if that makes sense. It's almost like they recognize they have emotions, and that it's an important part of them, but they're also grounded. Like you can see the waves around them, they're not caught up in, the emotions are a part of us, but they're not us. And so, we can observe them, allow them to teach us or to show us what is happening within us, but we are the observer of those emotions. And so it's just to stay in that space of being grounded and centered and just observing what is happening within you, all the emotions that are happening, and just still being able, being still, being able to just be with them without having to resolve them and make them go away, because often that's what happens with our emotions. We feel uncomfortable, and so we want them to go away, and so we spend, we use our minds to try and find out how we can make them go away, when the best thing we can do is just to hold that space for them, let them be seen, let them be heard, and that's all they really want, is just to have that experience. And then once you've given them that attention, then they will move on quite quickly. So exercise that message, or that energy that the Queen of Cups holds. And then we've got the Justice card coming up, and this is about balance and coming into balance with oneself, which is interesting because we've just had the equinox as well. And so, and there's something about truth as well. So where is it that you are not being authentic? Where are you not speaking your truth? And come into balance with that, bring that back into balance, so that, it's almost like clear that throat chakra. And I'm being drawn as well, like to the heart space and to the third eye. So it's almost listen to your intuition, listen to what your soul, your spirit is telling you, and follow what its directions are, because it's leading you to a place where you're in alignment with who you are, which is the best thing that you can be. Everyone gets caught up in the physicality of life, and that's important as well. We all have to be in this world as such in a physical way, but the goal is not about making the most money that you as much money as you can, or having as many things as you can. It's about the experience, being who you really are, and embodying that, which is the best gift that you can bring to the planet. And then we've got the King of Wands, if I can pick it up. And so the King of Wands is in his power, and for me this is a message about standing in your power, and for everyone that's a different story. So what is it exactly? What would that mean to really stay in your power in a loving way? And we have this idea of what power is, and people wielding their power, but actually that's not real power. That's just trying to control someone else, or using one's authority to do something, whereas real power is within. You don't need to force anything, you just are. And so it's remembering your power this week, your real power, and staying centered in that way. So it's interesting because it's all about staying in your center, in your emotions, in your in a physical way, and in the way that you interact with others, being grounded and centered. And then you've got the Four of Wands, and for those of you who believe in repeating numbers, which I do, this is like the 1111 card. So it's just recognition that you're on the right path and everything is unfolding, and that if you keep on your your spiritual path, and keep connecting with yourself. And what I mean by spiritual path is, we are all spiritual beings in a human experience, and it's not to forget that human experience either, because otherwise we wouldn't be on the planet. So we need to incorporate both sides, the physical and the spiritual side. But when we do that and we act from that space, that's when we get a lot of fruits from that space. Our lives are very full, we have abundance, we have everything that we need. And then you've got the Two of Wands. And so this is saying, like, from a grounded space, if you're searching, you know, looking for something, it's a great time to start thinking or feeling into that, what it is that you really want. And it's an ongoing journey, because our desires and needs change over time. But, you know, when you're trying to create something in your life, do it from this perspective, one which is, you know, grounded. You're grounded in your emotions, you're grounded in your physicality, you're speaking your truth, you're being your authentic self, you're in balance with who you are, and you also, you know, you have that belief and faith in the abundance that is yours. So interesting. I can't even process what I'm saying. It's just coming out, really. So, you know, focus on that. Focus on what it is that you really want from that empowered position, and just watch it come in, and watch yourself receive all that is, you know, rightly yours. So that's a really beautiful reading for the week ahead. And I hope that resonates, and if you have any questions, do let me know. But yeah, remember to stay in alignment with yourself. Don't get distracted by things that are happening outside of yourself. Just see what you can learn from the experience, what it might be telling you, and then, you know, create what it is that you really want. So thanks so much for watching. It's been really lovely reading for you, and I shall see you at another reading. Bye.